Let's now look at the latest on Brexit, as the time clock is ticking for the UK Parliament as 14 days remain for the country to exit from the European Union on October 31st. A new session of Parliament started with the Queen's speech yesterday, where the Queen set out the government's legislative agenda in the House of Lords. Setting out the prorogations called by Prime Minister Boris Johnson, the Queen assured that the British government will continue to play a leading role in global affairs post its exit from the European Union. The debate over Johnson's ambitious agenda began in the House of Commons right after the Queen's speech. Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn has condemned Boris Johnson's legislative programme outlined in the Queen's speech as a farce. He also signalled that he would back a general election that could deliver a Labour government within weeks.
Mr. Speaker, there has never been such a farce as a government with a majority of minus 45 and a 100% record of defeat in the House of Commons, setting out a legislative agenda they know cannot be delivered in this Parliament. The Prime Minister promised that this Queen's speech would dazzle us. On closer inspection, Mr. Speaker, it is nothing more than fool's gold.
The UK Prime Minister hit back at Jeremy Corbyn by criticising the Labour politician over his support for a second referendum. Boris Johnson went on to label Corbyn as a Janus, the two-faced Roman, stating that Corbyn lacked a clear stance on Brexit.
First he was opposed to no deal, now he seems to be opposed to any deal. First he was in favour of delivering Brexit, now he wants a second referendum. First he wanted an election. Actually, he wanted an election for quite a long time. Now he'd much rather not. He resembles a Janus, a push-me-pull-you facing both directions at once and yet unable to decide for either.
Now, as the Brexit whirlpool spins, Boris Johnson and European Union leaders face a tumultuous week of reckoning that could decide the future of Brexit. A deal for Britain's smooth departure from the European Union hung in the balance after diplomats indicated that the bloc said that a full agreement was unlikely this week. Now, Boris Johnson wants to strike an exit deal at an EU summit this Thursday to allow an orderly departure on October 31st, or even drag the country out of the bloc without a deal if necessary, even though Parliament has passed a law curbing his right to do so. But the current EU President in Finland has said that they need more time and has indicated that negotiations regarding Brexit can continue even after the EU summit. If Johnson fails to strike a deal with the EU, he is obliged to seek a delay. The extension options range from as short as an extra month to half a year or longer.